welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a first impressions review on all of the makeup that I just showed in my recent haul. I wanted to get on here and show you guys the products that I wanted to do a first impression on, and that way you guys can see my thoughts and my reaction to trying all of these new items. So if you guys want to see how I got this look and the items that I used and my thoughts, then please keep watching. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I actually didn't have a new brow pencil to try or any brow product, so I just used my regular old Anastasia brow powder, but I didn't put any moisturizer on because I wanted to try the Glam Glow one that I mentioned. So again, this is the Glam Glow Matte Glow Moisturizer, and it looks like this. So I didn't put any moisturizer on or eye cream, so I wanted to do my moisturizer and then follow up with the eye. Taking this, and like I mentioned, like I don't know if you guys can see that, it looks very thick, so I'm kind of like nervous to try this, to be honest. But like I just dipped my finger in there. I think it's like supposed to be like dissolving once it hits like warmness, if that makes sense, like melts more. So it actually has a really light scent, which is something that I really like, because a lot of the products that I do try, I like to make sure that they don't really have that much fragrance in it, because it will break me out if it does have too much fragrance. And I was really surprised, just because Glam Glow, usually they have really fragrancy products, but this one is like a really nice, clean, soft scent. It's almost like, it almost smells like Easter candy, if that makes sense. Like a really soft, like Easter candy. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of like what it smells like. It doesn't smell like florally, it just smells like really sweet. It does make me look really shiny, which is something I'm kind of concerned about, because I don't really like my moisturizers to be shiny. I like them to dry down and look just like skin, and not like, you know, I put oil on my face. But maybe it will dry down and you won't be able to see it anymore. It does feel really tacky. And usually with most moisturizers, I don't like my moisturizers to feel tacky, just because like it makes my face feel really like heavy and thick, and I don't like that. But maybe it will dry down, we will see. My eye cream real quick. This is the Advanced Time Zone from Estee Lauder. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and prime our eyes. Sadly, I do not have a new eye primer, so I'm just going to be using my old one, which is the soft ochre paint pot. I almost forgot what it was for a second, just because like I haven't used like eyeshadow primers in forever, because to be honest, I don't really wear eyeshadow that much during the week. It's only like when I film videos, so I normally just use concealer, so I'm like starting to forget what this is called. But it's the soft ochre paint pot, and we're going to throw that on our lids, and then I'm going to set it with some powder, just so our eyeshadows are easier to blend. Okay, so now that we've primed our eyes, I'm going to go ahead and move on to eyeshadows. Now I'm going to be taking two palettes, and I'm going to be taking the dupes for the Huda Beauty and the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. I think I'm going to go in with this palette first, just because this one has a lot of nice, like really warm neutral tones. And I do want to play with this palette too, just because it has really nice glitters in it, and I really want to do kind of like a more glam look, and I'm going to be taking this color, or I want to take this color on the lid. So I don't know, we're just going to kind of wing this look, see how it's going to come out. I'm going to go in with this palette first. I'm going to be taking this color right here. It's more like a light pinky, almost neutral, and this one is called Blushing, and I'm going to be taking this on a blending brush, and I'm going to put that right on the crease. And this is going to build up to be more of a transition shade. It's like this feels like nothing I own, to be honest, and I really like that. And they are super pigmented, and of course they are buildable. As you guys can see, I'm kind of like building the shadow up, and they are blending really nicely. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this palette, which is called Royals, the dupe for the Anastasia palette, and I'm gonna go in with this color right here, which is called Regal. and it's this shade right here. I want to do like more of a pinky look, so that's why I'm going in with more of a like pink. I'm going to mostly focus this more on the crease, so getting it like just right there. I'm not going to be like swirling up here. I'm just going to focus this more into the crease. This color is actually really, really pigmented. I think this shadow or these shades might be more pigmented than the Aphrodite palette, which is a dupe for the Huda Beauty MAC 217. And let's see, I think I'm going to go in with, I don't know what shade I want to take. I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is called Jealousy. It's like this almost like pinky brown chocolatey color, and I'm going to place that right on the outer corners and right into the crease. This shade seems a little funky. Like this shade seems very, what's the word, like splotchy. Like it's not really applying like the other ones. It's kind of breaking up, which is really weird. Like I'm applying it and you can't even like see it on the eyes really. And I'm like building it up too, so I don't know how I feel about this darker shade. Weird because it's kind of like separating, like I apply it and it only applies like in some pieces, which is really weird. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but like I'm building this up, like I'm taking it into the palette. Like you clearly see it on my brush, but it's not going on my eyes whatsoever. It's kind of just like dusting away. Okay, that's not gonna work. This color called Grand, which is a deep brown, and yeah, see how this is like packing on? The other shade was not doing that. I don't know why. It was just like separating. So yeah, that shade is not gonna work out for me. This one's actually also a little chalky, but I feel like if you blend it out and build it up a little bit, it's not that bad as the other one. But I definitely do have crazy amounts of fallout right here, so I'm gonna go in with this shade and see if like maybe this builds up, because I really want the crease to be a little darker, but like I'm not really getting good pigmentation from some of these matte shadows. I don't know if it's maybe the brush. Maybe I should switch to a different brush color. Okay, yeah. It's not working out. Those shadows, I did have to build them up a little bit more, but I feel like they don't blend. Like the darker colors don't blend as easy as the, you know, lighter colors do. I feel like it's like a little like harsh right here, and I've tried to like blend it out and it's like not blending out right here. And I tried to build it back up over and it's just like not really working out. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and move on. Just gonna leave it like that, I guess. I did try to switch through different brushes as well, and it's like not really packing on the color. So I'm gonna go in with this palette, which is the Huda Beauty dupe, and I'm gonna go in with this shimmery shade, this one right here, that's called Beauty, and it's more of like a rose gold pink color. And I'm just gonna take that on my finger, and this one's actually really pigmented, which I figured they would be just because they are shimmery shades. This is actually like more of a pressed pigment, and yeah, this color is like really, really pretty. I'm gonna try taking a little bit on a brush just to see if I can get more precise in the inner part of our eye. I feel like it kind of applies a little bit more sheer with the brush, but I mean you could always go back over with your finger just to pick up more shadow, but I think it still really applies really pretty. I'm actually going to spray some Fix Plus on the brush to see if I can get it to be even more pigmented, just to see like how pigmented I could get this. But I feel like you can definitely see the difference with Fix Plus. It just like makes it more vibrant, even more than it already is. But I mean, if you can get this to be, you know, as vibrant as you want without Fix Plus. I mean, it should be fine, but I just like the lid color to really just stand out. I had to apply this to my lips before we started. This is the Glam Glow Plumper from Glam Glow, and this is supposed to be like a treatment, and it's also supposed to be like a plumper. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of this, and like I was mentioning, it does have like a silicone like tip. I'm going to apply that. So it actually just feels like a lip gloss, like I don't feel it tingling yet. But it does smell like peppermint. It's actually a really strong peppermint smell, so I don't really care for that too much. And for eyeliner, I decided to pick this up because I haven't had a new eyeliner in forever. So this is called the Swing from the Balm Cosmetics, and it has this really nice tip. So I figured I would, you know, try it out and see how I liked it. But it has a really nice pointy tip, so we're gonna try that today. Now that the gloss is kind of on a little bit more, I could definitely feel it starting to tingle, which usually means it's starting to plump the lips. So we're going to see how this actually plumps the lips. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off the eyeliner because I cannot do this on camera. So I'm going to get a little bit closer and see if I can get this to be a nice wing. I just finished up with the eyeliner. I actually really like it. It did dry matte, which is something that you guys know I really love. Let's just talk about the lips right now. They're looking pretty plumped. I was kind of like doing my eyeliner, and I was looking in the mirror and I was like, oh my god, this stuff is actually working, because I was noticing that the lip product is almost like unbearable because it's starting to like really burn, which is like something that I've never really like tried like a lip plumper before, so I don't know if it's supposed to burn or not, but I'm thinking that the reason why it's burning is because it's starting to like really plump, you know. But I could definitely see a difference. I don't know if you guys can see a difference, but I definitely do see a difference. So now that we got the liner on, I'm going to be using some false eyelashes, and like I've mentioned, I did get these from Amazon. I will link them down below if I can find them, but they were like so cheap, but they're like so pretty. And I'm going to be trying these. These are actually two different ones. I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are more full, like all around, and then these are more subtle in the inner corners, so you can see like more of your shadow. I think I'm going to be using these just because like I really want my shadow to show through today. Okay, I'm actually really digging these lashes. Like they are so pretty, and like at the same time they kind of allow you to let your shadow show instead of like blocking your shadow. It's like, why even put on shadow if your whole eyelash is gonna, you know, cover it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet my beauty blender, and then we are gonna start doing the foundation and the rest of our face. The Too Faced Peachy matte primer, and I'm going to use this just because I don't have a new matte primer to try, but I do have a new pore primer to try. So I'm gonna layer this on first, and then I'm going to put the pore one that I'm going to show you guys in just a second right on top. I'm starting to get like really red around my lips, like not even on my lips. I don't know if you guys can see that, like right there. It's kind of starting to freak me out. I hope I'm not like getting allergic reaction to this on my lips. Okay, so this is the new primer that I have to try. This is the Skin Smoothing Pore Perfector, and this is from Bobbi Brown. By the way, is it just me, or does anyone else get like confused with the Bobbi Brown and Marc Jacobs? I think their packaging looks identical, because even like the wording of their brand, it looks even the same. So I keep wanting to say this is Marc Jacobs, but it's not Marc Jacobs, it's Bobbi Brown. But yeah, it is a pore primer, so I'm going to apply this right on top. And I'm going to take about like that much because I don't know how much I really need. This is like, by the way, very liquidy. It's almost like a cream. I actually feel like it's almost the same texture as like a moisturizer or something. But I'm going to apply this on the areas that I'm more concerned about my pores. Going to kind of press it into the pore area. I honestly feel like it did nothing for my pores. I can still see my pores. Like with the Benefit Professional, my pores are like literally gone the moment I put it on. So I'm gonna just apply a little bit more and kind of just like focus it like that, because my pores I feel like are more bigger here than they are on my forehead. So I'm just gonna kind of put a little bit more. Nope, they're still there. So not digging that. I mean, even my Maybelline Baby Skin minimizes my pores right away, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that on top since that one literally did nothing for me. Just gonna kind of touch it right here. Like you could, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but I feel like you can tell like a huge difference when I put a pore primer on, like a good one, because it minimizes my pores like literally right away. It just like blurs everything. Okay, and for foundation, I'm going to be trying this Bobbi Brown skin foundation in SPF 15. I did read the claims on this, and this says it's supposed to be like more of a full coverage foundation with SPF. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this, and the shade that I got is Cool Sand 2.25. So I don't know how this color is actually gonna match me. I feel like it's gonna look a little light. Oh wow, that's actually really liquidy. Very, very liquidy actually. So I don't know how this is gonna work for full coverage. I'm gonna take it on my sponge and kind of just like damp it. I actually feel like it is gonna match me maybe. If not, I could always just bronze it up a little bit. I would say that this foundation might be buildable full coverage and not full coverage, because it's not really covering much at all. Like I could still see my freckles, I could still see my redness and the blemishes that I have on this side, but my redness is definitely peeking through, which I'm not a fan of. And like build it up. I feel like, to be honest, this is like really shiny. Is more buildable full coverage than not full coverage, but even when I'm building it up, it's still not full coverage. More of like a medium coverage, definitely not full, because I can, even with a second layer, I can still see my redness, which is not good. Not good at all. Okay, I'm not doing that foundation at all. I feel like this is more of like a natural looking medium coverage. So I'm going to throw another foundation on top, and I'm going to be using the Comfort Matte Too Faced Peach foundation, and I'm going to apply that on the back of my hand. This one is a little dark, so I feel like with this shade, you know, kind of mixing it, it will kind of like even out, because this is looking a little light on me as well. And also I just feel like it's so shiny, like so shiny and dewy, but it might just be because the SPF. It's definitely more of a natural foundation. To be using the shade Fair Neutral, and this is definitely going to make the look more full coverage as well. But if you haven't already tried Tarte Shape Tape, you definitely need to. The look be more full coverage. So I'm going to be taking my Airspun powder just because I don't have a new powder to try, so we're just gonna be going in with a good old Airspun. Right here, and a little bit of this shade, and kind of mixing those and putting this underneath the eye. Blend that with a little fluffy brush, and I'm going to kind of just blend out those edges of the lower lash line. Okay, so now that we're done, I'm going to go in with this fancy bronzer, and this is by Tom Ford. This doesn't have a shade on it, I don't believe. Oh, it's called 01 Dust. and it looks like this. Tom Ford. Never had anything like this in my collection, so I'm excited to try this. Actually going to be using a new brush along with using the Morphe M530 brush, and I'm going to use that to bronze up the face. But first I want to just make sure that the rest of my foundation isn't tacky, because if not, it will not blend good. So now I'm going to go in with this brush, and to be honest, I've never used anything this tiny for bronzer, so we're just going to see how this goes. I actually really like this brush. Like, it's getting precise but still blended, which is nice. And I like it because it fits right into the hollows of your cheeks. So I'm doing more of a contouring with this product. I like it. I like it a lot. I feel like this bronzer is really nice too, because the bronzer, like I said in my haul, the bronzer looks like it has very light shimmery sparkles in it, but it's not coming out on the face, which is nice because I don't really like bronzers that have more of a glitter in it, because I feel like it just makes you look oily. But I really like this bronzer. Like, even the shade is really nice too. Back in, and I'm going to kind of carve out our contour just to clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to be taking my airspun and a sponge and just baking underneath here. And I'm also going to take a little bit more powder and put that right on top of the nose, just to help like really bake it and brighten the center of the nose, so we get more of a contouring effect. I'm going to be taking my Milani blush in the color Romantic Rose, and I'm going to apply that to the cheeks. That I'm most excited about, just because I've wanted this for so long and I finally got a chance to get my hands on it. So this is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the color Bronze Glow, and it looks like this. How pretty, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia highlighting brush. I don't know the number of this, it's like so old, but I'm going to be taking this brush and applying the highlighter. I don't want to mess this up because it's like so pretty. Okay, that's nice. Wow, this is really pretty. It almost reminds me of my Gilded Honey from Laura Geller. It's actually really similar, but I feel like this one definitely pulls up more champagne on me than the other one. I actually really like it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dust off the baking that we have on our nose, because I don't like that to bake too long. I'm just gonna kind of dust that off so we can apply this highlighter. Oh, this is so pretty. I actually really like this highlighter a lot. It's like super pigmented too, which is nice. Love the highlighter, love the bronzer. I'm glad I'm starting to love some things. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and go on to the lips. So I think I'm gonna just take this off. And wow, my lips so red. So I'm actually gonna go over my lips with some powder just to help. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this lip liner, and this is a new lip liner for me. I've always wanted to try Spice, but I never really got a chance to try it. So I'm going to be trying MAC Spice, and I'm going to line my lips first. I feel like my lips literally hurt when I'm doing this. Like, I just see all this redness around my lips, and I'm not really digging it because it makes my lips look like they're infected or something. And I'm going to take a little brush like this and just kind of try to conceal that redness that plumper gave me. For the lips, I'm going to be taking the Balm Cosmetics Sincere Liquid Lipstick, and I'm going to apply this. I feel like this is going to match the eyes really nicely, so I'm going to apply this to the lips. actually forgot I have a new brow gel to show you. So this is the MAC Pro Longwear Waterproof Brow Set. I feel like the lip plumper definitely did make my lips look big, which I do like. I just don't like how it gave me redness around the lips. So that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look as well as a first impressions review. As far as like all the products, out of everything, I really liked everything except for the primer, the foundation, and the moisturizer. And some of the shadows in the palettes I did like, and some of them I didn't. But of course I'm going to play with these products a little bit more and tell you guys my final thoughts down in the description bar. So if you guys want to see my final thoughts, make sure to check that description bar. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. That way I can go to work and you guys can enjoy your day. That is gonna be it for today's video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!